Hello, it's Scott Manley here, and today I'm looking back at a game I featured many years ago. This is Rodina. It's by Elliptic Games, and it's kind of been in a state of ongoing development for a long time. I mean, it did early access before many people did early access. It is a low poly game with a big scope. Right now, I am trying to land on this asteroid. Unfortunately, one of the alien Xenofighters or Xenoscouts is trying to stop me, or at least trying to shoot me down. I have missiles, I have lasers, and it has a green trail, which I'm using to try and figure out where it is. Oops, I did not mean to shoot those missiles, and I think I've actually shot my own missiles, so I've really just wasted ammunition. So as you can see, very floaty controls. I'm just going to say, I think the controls in this game are unapologetically floaty. I don't think the developer cares. But since I played it last, a few things have been added to the game that we've never previously seen. Now, one of the basic principles of the game is supposed to be that there is seamless scaling between your character to your spaceship to asteroids all the way up to planets. There shouldn't be any loading screens anywhere, and yes, there are not any loading screens. After all, there aren't exactly a huge number of textures or models to load, so I can understand that they can get away with this. The way the game largely works is you find an object on the surface or a little point of interest. You get to it, you may have to shoot down aliens in the way, you may have to shoot aliens on the ground when you get there. You might find some data cubes with some background lore, which you can of course read for fun and profit, and then you might find a data cube which actually lets you decrypt some of the ongoing story telling you about how your Vanguard spacecraft has been attacked and cast into many pieces by the alien Xeno scum. I gather that Rodina is supposed to mean, fatherland, motherland in Russia, or Russian, and I am probably mispronouncing it because I always manage to mispronounce Russian words. The stress is always wrong, or the emphasis is always wrong. Yeah, there we are, getting out the back into the spaceship. Close the door, airlock triggers. That's the nearest you will come to a loading screen, but actually it is possible for both airlock doors to be open, so that's not a fake loading screen. This is a communication console which has now been unlocked, or a new message is unlocked with new story about the life pods talking to each other. Since I played it last, they have added ground, individual aliens running around on the ground. I'm gonna say once again, combat is pretty fast and floaty. It's a first-person shooter in this way, but it's not going to win any points for the detail of its first-person shooter. I mean, there's no terrain or anything to hide behind. Anyway, eventually, points of interest, you'll get something like a diaconium crystal, which unlocks your ability to use the liminal drive. The liminal drive, of course, allows you the power and ability to move around this full-sized solar system. I say solar system, the star in the center is clearly not a solar-type star because everything is so close together. It's probably an M-type red dwarf or something like that. Something that'll last a long time. Anyway, one of the things you can now find in space that wasn't previously there are chunks of the Vanguard spacecraft. The Vanguard was the mothership that was carrying you on your colony or whatever, your colonization. These of course follow a similar low poly aesthetic of your primary spacecraft, but they are grey and angular and not made of many polygons. But this one does have a door in the back there. Now, if I go back to the cockpit, you can actually just look out the cockpit. Sure enough, there is the door. And, of course, I can also jump out the back door of this thing and just fly over to it. So let's try and get in. Now, where is it? I should have... There's my spaceship. Ah, there's the spaceship there. Just, get myself down. Turn on the lights. Big black featureless surfaces here, featuring a tiny, highly detailed door. Obviously the low poly aesthetic falls apart when you get inside because it has to be a different scale of low poly, right? So airlock still works, but we seem to be in a red alert situation. I wonder what the problem is. It says status infected, and it's because there's aliens in here. Okay, let's try and kill this alien. I've got my blaster. Oh. Alien blaster, alien blaster. Please, alien, walk into my blaster. Oh, and it drops a little blue medical thing. Okay, more... Oh, another alien. Okay. I'm guessing that's what infected means, that I probably need to disinfect this thing. Okay, there we go. Aliens are... Oh, there's two of them! Aliens are in infection and I am the disinfectant. That's what's going on. Oh, no, no, no. They're homing blasters! What the heck? That's not fair! Ow! I'm dead. Ow! My liver! My liver! But look! There is another way to do this. You have a ship full of aliens floating in deep space. Remember I said you can open both airlock doors? Yeah, go to the operations center and open all the airlock doors. And look at them flying out into space. Look at them go. Hi. Yeah, no, we're just gonna leave you floating around in space, and then I'm gonna bring the big guns to bear. That's right. Let me get into my big spaceship. Okay. So the big spaceship should have big guns, which will no doubt make quick work of these targets. Okay, I got them all in a row. Shoot up. Whoa! 46! I'm already... Ow! Ow! How come you little guys have such big guns? Probably to stop me doing that, to be honest. I think gameplay will probably have to be balanced a little more at some point, but... Yeah. Oh! I'm on fire! Let's bring this thing out to a safe distance because I have to fight the fire. So, you fight the fire with fire extinguishers. Yes, and you have fire extinguishers all over the interiors. You can adjust the interior, incidentally. Okay, let's go. Put you out, put you out, put you out. Okay, and I'm guessing they must be behind these doors here. Nope. Oh, there we go. More fire. Ow! A little burny. Okay, there we go. Where's the rest of the fire? And is this the engine room? No, that's just the cargo area or something. Okay, fire is out there. We still have fire somewhere on the ship. Where's my fire map? Nope, not in the bathroom. Not in the bridge. Not there. Where is the fire? This is not good. Okay, forget it. We are just gonna vent the airlocks. Here we go. Just hold on to something. You can see the air rushing out, taking the fire with it. The oxygen that it clings to for its very life is disappearing out the back of the spaceship. Okay. Oh. I just gotta wait for this. Oh no! Let go! Ouch. Ouch. Good thing I had my spacesuit on, right? Because you should always wear a spacesuit when you're fighting fires in space. Seriously, you don't want to be having to exhaust the air out of a section. Okay, let's close the doors. A successful save. Anyway, there are also full-size planets you can visit. This one is blue. I'm not sure which one this is, but you get close and it'll tell you. This is Rodina. Which, isn't that Spanish for like... never mind. Ooh, lots of red and lots of little crosses. You don't want to go near the red. Those are bad guys, obviously. Unless you want to shoot bad guys, in which case go near the red. So I can just skip time forward, obviously, using the magic of post-editing. As you come down to the surface, you have to go through an atmospheric re-entry system, which... I'm not really sure what purpose it serves, but it does feel very spectacular and hard, and it does take a lot of time and effort and energy and fire. It sometimes can damage your spaceship. Yes, it does stop you landing too quickly. But eventually you get down to the surface, and in this case Marina tells me I have a frigid wind, which is freezing the engines of my ship. Soon I will fall out of the sky unless I can return to the safety of space, which is somehow warmer. despite not really having any way to measure temperature in space. Look, okay, so clearly this is doing a whole Metroidvania style of thing where you need to unlock upgrades to your spaceship. So I presumably need to find the right point of interest to have the right upgrades for this spaceship. This purple planet is called Perrin. And it does look like there's lots of points of interest on it, so let's go and pick one off them. Either that or find out that it's gonna destroy my spacecraft in some other interesting way. So the planets are all procedurally generated, obviously, so you can go anywhere on their largely featureless surfaces. Although I hear that they are introducing surface structures or in the process. Maybe they've added them and I haven't found them at this point. So yeah, you can shoot these guys from the sky. Ooh. Or you can land and get out and shoot them on the ground, where they stand. Death on two legs. You know, it'd be very nice to have some, like, procedural rocks to hide behind, so I can, you know, hide behind cover and shoot these guys separately. After all, their weapons are clearly capable of destroying a starship, so I should probably have some way to cover myself from them. Okay, there's two of them this way. Come on! Oh, ow! More painful shooty. That's a technical term, obviously. Yes! Got one more! And killed him. Okay. So at this point of interest, one new thing has been added that I hadn't seen previously, is the Grav bike. So the Grav bike, predictably, is a motorbike. It's a ground vehicle you can use. So you can drive around the surfaces of planets a bit faster than if you were walking, because... yeah, I mean, you know, walking is for chumps, right? I mean, look, remember Luke Skywalker? Even when he was a simple farm boy, he had the awesome land speeder, right? But of course, ground transport is only useful if I can take it with me, right? And fight from it. Well, you see the gun works, and as it turns out, you can just drive it up into the rear of the spacecraft. I don't know, I think this spacecraft is called the Sarah, but I could be completely wrong. I'm not sure I actually gave it a name. I think Sarah might be my player name. That's the default player name. So the planet that you're suggested to go to first is this one. It does look a little like Tatooine, I guess. Brown and... well, it's called Jarillo. And here is where you're going to find some of the parts to fix your spacecraft and make it more awesomer. So again, the gameplay loop demands that we descend to the surface and look for these little crosses here. These points of interest are frequently now populated by little ground beasties. I'm gonna still shoot them from my spacecraft and just try to avoid getting hit, but oh, damn it, on fire again. And this time, I can't just run away from the command console because I've got to land the thing safely. And I can't just evacuate the thing. Oh crap. Where? No, it's not working! No, fire. The fire extinguisher needs replaced. Where's the fire? There's a fire extinguisher. Quick, grab it. Okay. Fire! Put the fire out. This is actually, I'm gonna say, right? The first person shooter part is really kind of... yeah, it's functional. But the running around your spacecraft and putting out fires... that's so much fun! Okay. We've still got fire somewhere. We're gonna just keep opening doors until we put out all the fires. This is the stairs down into the engine room. And... more there. And here! Yes! Fire is extinguished. Yeah, the firefighting is actually the funnest part of the game, I think. I mean, okay. I think the funnest part of the game is just exploring and... finding these silly messages. I did show this in an earlier video years ago that there is a full layout editor in here so you can change your spacecraft whatever way you like. Or you could just sit around and watch a beautiful sunset on one of these planets. The blue sun, of course, indicates that it is using me-type scattering, right? Rather than Rayleigh scattering. Anyway, landing in this game is some of the most indelicate... weird. It's very Kerbal. I'm just gonna say it's very Kerbal, except that it feels like you're landing a brick on an ice wall sometimes. Yeah, and so, look, I'm even getting the epic dramatic music for this landing. It's not that hard. Yeah, I think it's clearly thinking that my my landing skills need this level of dramatic music. Listen to that. Okay, we are now fixed. Let's go for a walk. Out there, and then out the back door. Should I take the Grav scooter? Nah, just leave it behind. Out the airlock. Okay. It must be atmosphere because it only opened one door. What? Missile lock? What? No! No! Not only did it explode, but it's sliding down the hillside. That is marvelous. Yeah, so apparently the dramatic music was because I was coming under attack by some alien. Let's go and kill this alien. There it is there. It's unknown. What is this spacecraft coming my way? Will it be my... Well, I know it's not my friend. Will it be my prey? There, it's a Xeno bomber. That's presumably because it's firing missiles at me. So you can dodge the missiles pretty reliably if you switch your speed to cruise mode and then use it like an afterburner. Or you can shoot the incoming missiles, but I find that the cruise mode is actually much more reliable because you can just go faster than anything. And I have clearly shot down this target. And missiles are coming back. Cruise mode! Get out of here. That sound there is the gear changing, because obviously you have like a physical gear shift next to your control column, so you can shift the thing between docking speed and hyperspace speed. It's just like ka-chunk, ka-chunk. That's what you hear. Another beautiful day, looking at the blue sun. As I said, me scattering, it's large dust grains, whereas relay scattering is small dust grains. Let's get on the bike. Zip out. Go running around looking for something. Look. Oh, it's sliding down the hill. That will be hard to get back into, but you know what? It won't be that hard to get back into. I'm sure everything will be fine. Yeah, the Grav bike really helps in a lot of cases because the terrain can be really, really rough, and where you want to land is frequently a bad idea, or it's a long way away or whatever. So having the Grav bike lets you run around and save a lot of time. Sometimes though, you have to do something. Here's me actually trying to get on into the spacecraft as it is sliding down the slope. Requires a bit of careful maneuvering here, but it works. See? Brilliant. See, local physics grids and everything, right? Anyway, eventually I acquired the parts and I visited the icy surface of Rodina. As you can see, it's all a planet of deep chasms and flat plateaus, but also new types of alien spacecraft that fire white sparkly stuff instead of yellow sparkly stuff. And their trail, they don't have the same kind of trail either. Oh. So these things will in fact damage me. But now I'm close enough I can tell that they are a xenoscience sphere. I'm guessing they're doing the kind of science where they shoot me down and then perform an autopsy or something. So yeah, Rodina has been around forever, but it is now on Steam. It now has procedural interiors. It has a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't in the last versions I played. And I'm gonna say, you know, it is weird and the controls are floaty and it is low poly, but it does have a certain charm that appeals to me. And you'll know if you want this game based on looking at it. I'm Scott Manley. Fly safe.